Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Yeah, hope you're doing well and you're staying safe and enjoying the vacation so far. Thank you so much for always on Tuesdays like that coming out to support me and to support our team. I truly and sincerely appreciate you for always joining me on a Tuesday like this. So hi, like I said, hope you're enjoying the holiday and you're staying safe. So last week, when I was on here, I remembered that what we had discussed and what we had talked about was what our theme was for the month, which was creating the right atmosphere. And we had said it's important for us to create the atmosphere, especially as caregivers, as parents, because when the atmosphere is right, we are able to raise our children to grow up. We're able to raise up resilient teens and children. We're able to raise up confidently raise up children that have all the tools they need to face the future. So today, as part of also our month of creating the right atmosphere, I would continue in our series on the DBT. And today we are going to be, just looking at, DBT in terms of our emotions and physical vulnerability. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. I'm also trying as well to write this in the comments as well too, so that it can pop up on the screen for everyone to see. And so we're going to be looking at emotions and physical vulnerability. And for today, I'm just going to be discussing just 2 points, and I will discuss the rest points in the subsequent sections as well. Um, with regards to um, with regards to DBT, one thing about DBT is that when it comes to emotion regulation, one of the skills we do have there is it's called the please. It's called the please. The acronym is called the please. Why is it important for us to focus on our why is it important for us to focus on our physical health? That is what we're going to be talking. How does emotions connect? How does emotions connect to our physical health? That is what we are looking at. Our physical and mental health are connected, as we all know. And when we are emotional, you know, there is a center in our brains that gets activated and hormones are being secreted. And so, as a result of that, it's important for us, parents, caregivers, teenagers, youth, to take care of our physical health so that our bodies can, optimally tolerate all the stress of every overwhelming emotions. And so that is why in DBT, we also look at this aspect of how our physical health is connected to our emotional health. And so, part of what I'm going to be discussing today is how do I reduce this vulnerability? Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at that. How can I, reduce this vulnerability so that I'm able to like regulate, so that I'm able to manage my emotions, or so that I'm able to teach my team, my children on how to manage this, to manage their emotion. And so the first letters we're going to look at on the acronym, please, it's called is our physical health. Our physical health. So that is the first acronym we're going to look. So the PL stands for physical illnesses and stress. So you will agree with me that there are so many stress factors that can influence our emotional state and the way we experience intense emotions. So there's so many things that could influence this. Very stressful life, it could be chronic illnesses, it could be chronic pain that makes a person, more physically vulnerable to overwhelming emotional experiences. And I think that is why it is important for caregivers, for you to like, um, teach your your teens, your children, how can they manage, how can they identify, stress, how can they identify stress factors that are present in their life. And sometimes it could be maybe the job is too stressful, or maybe perhaps sometimes it could be too many responsibilities, and sometimes it could be just having too much on our plates, and sometimes it could be maybe demanding relationships, and sometimes it could also be our physical health, like chronic illnesses, like experiencing chronic pain. All those things can affect in the way we respond, to emotional experiences. And as such, it is very important that we are able to like identify what are the sources of stress in my life. What are those things that are stressing me out? What are those things, that are causing me stress that I'm not able to manage my emotions? Am I taking my medication? Peradventure, maybe you're taking medications. Am I taking the right dosage? Am I on? How am I reacting to my medications? Am I seeing my family doctor? Am I making those yearly visits to my family doctor? So those are some things to consider when it comes to our physical illnesses and stress. Consider what are those things that are contributing to your physical health that can make it overwhelming for you, or maybe even for your teen or for your children to manage their emotions. So that is that on physical health, on physical illnesses and stress. The next one which I want us to look today at the E. So the PL, like I said, stands for the physical illness and stress. Now let's look at the E. The E, the E here stands for eating balanced diet, making sure that you're eating proper diet, making sure that your diet is balanced, making sure that your diet is balanced, right? If you remember, we've had lots of series with Ori Beam, which is a registered dietitian here at Bliss Counseling, and she has given us lots and lots and lots of info with regards to how our nutrition is important to our mental, to our mental, life, right, or to our mental health, right? And that's one thing as well too, that our emotions are connected. Our emotions are important when it comes to managing, or when it comes to regulating emotions. And so for you as a as a parent, for you as a caregiver, it's important to know, and it's important to help your teen, it's important to help your children understand that the food we eat affects the way we feel, right? The food we eat affects the way we feel. For example, when we eat food that contains lots of sugar, although sometimes we may feel satisfied though, but then what is the immediate effect on that is that sometimes it comes with decreased energy. Initially, when we eat it, yes, we feel satisfied, we have all the energy going up and down, but after that, the aftermath is that it could decrease our energy. You know, sometimes also the food, there's some food that affects our mood, especially when food is high in fat content. That affects our mood, and it is very important that our meals are very balanced. You know, this type of unbalanced diet, can create decrease in moods. Like I said, it's important for you to teach your child that sometimes the food we eat can affect the way we feel, and as a result of that, it is very important as parents to be able to identify what are those food that I feed, that I give to my kids, what are those food that I give to my children, that can cause them to be tired, that can cause them to be depressed, or that can decrease their energy, or maybe even sometimes very sluggish. And so, like our dietitian Arubin must always see the importance of making sure that we have carbs, we have protein, we have greens, we have fruit and veggies. Those are very important. So take some time out. You as a parent, as a caregiver, think about your day-to-day diet. Think about your day-to-day diet in which you feed yourself, which you feed your soul, and which you feed to your family as well. Think about those diet. What do I usually eat? It's my diet. My diet. Do I eat enough, or too much, or too little? Think about how does my diet affect my mood and my emotion. And maybe sometimes I would also advise you as a parent, as part of a way to teach this to your teen, or to teach this to your children, or even you as a young adult, or even as a teen, as a parent, keep a journal and record all those things down. What do I usually eat? Do I eat enough, too much, or too little? And how does the food I eat make me feel in terms of my mood and my emotions? Keep a diary and see how your food are affecting you, and what are some ways you've come up with some ways in which you can improve your diet, and as such, when you improve your diet, what happens is that it decreases any physical vulnerability that can make emotions overwhelming for us. So for today, so those are just the two tips I'm going to talk about for today. Next week, I'm going to be talking about what the A stands for, what the S stands for, and what the E stands for. So you have a lot, you as a caregiver, you have a lot to think about. First of all, we had talked about the physical illnesses and strength. Our physical health, it's connected to our emotions. And then secondly, we had talked about balanced diet, eating balanced diet. So I'll leave you to that, and thank you so much to all our viewers on Facebook and Instagram, on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. And please, if you have not followed us on any of our social media, please you can go ahead and follow us on our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram, and you can also follow us on LinkedIn if you're there, on Facebook as well too. For all our Instagram viewers, apologies, I was not able to stream there live, but however, I'm going to download this video into Instagram for sure so that you can see this as well. So thank you to all our viewers. I bid you a good evening. Bye bye.